So why were you spared? You've had to reflect on this alone in the middle of the night in a golf cart riding down the way thinking about it. How do you answer that? Why were you spared?
So there had to be some great power, because you just can't say millions to one, millions to one. I used to say 1,000,000 to 1. It's much more than that, because again, you have to pull down the sign, there has to be a reason to go right, and I never go right, there's no reason. And not only go right, it's for about 1/8 of a second. It's not just right, it's out of all the time that we're on this planet, it's 1/8 of a second, right? So I shouldn't be with you, so.
Is there a purpose?
Well,
is there a reason you think you were spared?
I mean, the only thing I can think is that God loves our country and he thinks we're going to bring our country back. He wants to bring it back. It's so bad right now what's happening. When you look at the crime, the horrible things that are happening inside our country, and it can be solved. It can be solved fairly quickly. It has to be God. I mean, how can you say it's luck when it's, 20 million to 1, okay? I mean, it's just not possible that I was in that position. It's the only position where that bullet could have missed.
And you believe in God?
I do.
You believe God's hand was in this that day?
I believe so, yeah, I do.
And you talk about the country, you believe you have more to do. You weren't done. You were spared for a reason.
Well, God believes that, I guess. We'll have to see. Number one, I'm in an election with a very vicious group of people. I won the election against Biden. I was up by 17 or 18 points after the debate. And they said, you know what, he's going to lose. They went and told him he's going to lose and we're going to change you out. And he said, no, I'm not going to do it. In fact, he said, only God will change me. But so who knows what happened there? But he said, I'm not leaving. He got 14 million votes and Kamala got none, 0. She ran against him. She got 0. She never made it to Iowa, which is the first state. And here she is, she's on the other side. But, it's like nobody ever had this before. You have an opponent. In politics, you have an opponent and you win or you lose. But you don't have an opponent and then you're doing well against the opponent. They take him out. They give you a new opponent. They give you a nice, fresh opponent. And so I have to win that. And if I win that, that would really serve to say that there's some incredible power up there that wanted me to be involved in saving, and maybe it's more than saving the nation, maybe it's saving the world. I get along with all those tough guys. And Russia wouldn't have gone into Ukraine. You'd have 1 million people living right now. You'd have cities all over Ukraine. I mean, these magnificent cities with the domes and the golden domes and towers. They'd all be up. They're right now demolished. So many, those cities, the country is just demolished. Israel wouldn't have happened. October 7th would have never happened. Iran was broke with me. And I don't want them to be broke, but I don't want them to have a nuclear weapon.
So you think you're meant to take those challenges on? You're meant to serve in that way?
I don't know. I don't know. In thinking about it, it's beyond any of us, I guess, to really know that.